When Claire married Daniel, she knew she wasn't just marrying a man. She was stepping into a home filled with two children, grief, and years of memories she hadn't lived. Daniel's first wife, Emily, had passed away in a tragic accident 2 years earlier, leaving behind their children, 10-year-old Lily and 6-year-old Ethan. Everyone told Claire she was kind, courageous, and strong. But no one warned her what it would feel like to walk into a life where every corner still whispered someone else's name. The house was beautiful, open spaces, large windows, and soft carpets. But it was quiet in a heavy way, a stillness that wasn't peaceful, just hollow. There were framed photographs on the walls, Emily smiling in the kitchen, Emily holding the kids at the beach, Emily in every chapter of their lives. Claire didn't belong in any of those frames. She tried. She smiled every morning, packed lunchboxes with cute notes, learned about Ethan's favorite superhero, and Lily's love for sketching. She even made Emily's banana bread recipe and placed it carefully on the counter, hoping someone would say, "This tastes just like Mom's." But Lily never touched it. Ethan only picked at it quietly. At dinner, Claire would ask how school went. Lily would shrug. Ethan would look at Daniel before answering. And when dinner ended, they would retreat to their rooms without a word. Claire often sat alone afterward, wondering if kindness was enough. One night, Claire spoke to Daniel. "I feel like I'm renting space in their memories," she said softly, staring at the untouched tea in her hand. "No matter how much I care, they look at me and see everything I'm not." Daniel reached across the table. "They're still healing. Just give them time." She nodded, but time didn't feel like a promise. It felt like waiting at the doorstep of a house where you're not sure you'll ever be invited in. Then came the storm. Lightning cracked across the sky, loud and sudden. Thunder followed, shaking the windows. Claire sat up in bed, startled. And seconds later, the door flew open. Ethan rushed in, barefoot and crying, and without thinking, leapt into her arms. "I'm scared," he whispered. Claire wrapped her arms around him. "It's just a storm," she said gently, brushing his hair back. "You're safe." A few moments later, Lily appeared in the doorway, her long t-shirt too big for her frame, a blanket wrapped around her like armor. She hesitated. Claire stretched out her free arm. "Come here, sweetheart." Lily walked slowly, then sat beside her, silent but close. Claire didn't move. She just held Ethan and let Lily lean on her shoulder. That night, something shifted. The change wasn't instant, but it was real. The next morning, Ethan asked if Claire could walk him to the bus stop. A week later, Lily asked if Claire had ever read Anne of Green Gables. Slowly, cautiously, they began to let her in. Claire stopped tiptoeing through the house. She played music while cooking, laughed at Ethan's silly jokes, helped Lily with her science project. She still sensed the shadows of Emily's memory, but now they didn't push her away. They shared space with her presence. One Sunday morning, Lily handed her a card. It was homemade, drawn with colored pencils. On the front were 4 stick figures holding hands. Inside it read, "Thank you for staying." Claire's throat tightened. She looked up at Lily, who only shrugged and said, "Ethan helped me draw it." Claire looked at the drawing for a long time. She didn't say anything. She just pulled Lily into a hug, holding her longer than usual. No one had told Claire how hard it would be, how she'd cry in the bathroom at night, how being kind wasn't always enough, that children grieve in silence, and their love can take years to grow. But now she was no longer a stranger. She was still learning, still trying. But when she walked into the kitchen and saw Lily drawing at the table, or when Ethan ran to hug her after school, she knew they were building something new. Not a replacement for what was lost, but something real, something slowly, beautifully theirs.